Back to go another YouTube video. It's your boy Ryan G. Today we're gonna react to why WWE 2K26 CM Punk Showcase mode could work. I believe the trailer came out today for the game, if I recall. Y'all let me know what y'all excited for the most for 26. But yeah, we're gonna react to why WWE 2K26 CM Punk Showcase mode could work. Let's get right into the video. Alright, we have an ad. We have two ads. Let's see. Can we skip this one? Yes, this is skippable.
I have a theory when it comes to 2K26, and it all involves CM Punk. Now, as somebody who is a pretty big CM Punk fan, I have really been wondering, when are they going to pull the trigger on CM Punk being the focal point in the video games? Now, I'm not going to be everybody's...
Wait, you can move the camera angle in this in 26?
On CM Punk being the focal point in the video games. Now, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Some people are going to say, nah. They want Undertaker. They want Randy Orton. They want Triple H. A lot of people don't want Triple H nowadays because of the booking. But anyways, for the video game itself, I did start to wonder, is CM Punk going to be the focus? He's been back in WWE for 2 years, and since then, he's done quite a bit of stuff. And his catalog of matches and feuds, it could really work in 2K26 as a showcase mode. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to have some fun and go through the possibilities of a CM Punk showcase. Now, some of the rumblings I have seen on the internet, very loosely, because I am not on social media, because it just scares me nowadays, but I have heard that there's a potential for a CM Punk cover, and if that's the case, could they also tie it in with the showcase mode? Now, when they do the covers, nowadays, it's not just one cover for that one superstar and that's it. If they did a CM Punk cover, that's probably for like the standard edition, like we've had in 2K25. It was all Bloodline, right? But we had the Roman Reigns cover with Paul Heyman. We had the deluxe edition with Undertaker, and then we had the Bloodline edition, right? So they changed it up. Previous years with that, we've had Cena, we've had Bianca and Rhea, we've had multiple star covers. I wish they would go back to the SmackDown versus Raw days, personally, where you got just like 3 to 5 people.
Yeah, man, SmackDown versus Raw. Do you got, like, I know that's not gonna be, not SmackDown versus Raw, Road to WrestleMania. That's not gonna be in 26. But I do think they should bring the mode back. Cause I don't think I've heard anything about RTW coming back to the newer game, the newer WWE 2Ks.
Randomly on the cover. I think you could have a Punk cover, and then I think you could have a deluxe edition with somebody else, like Cena or Randy or Cody or whatever you want to do, or the women. And then your Ultimate Edition, which could be like Punk and a bunch of other people. But that's just covers. What about the showcase? Now, showcase mode, for me, is not really one of my favorite things altogether with these games, because I want the unlockables. Sometimes I enjoy part of the matches, but it's clunky. They have tried to fix some of it over the years, I noticed, especially last year, like 2K25. I say last year, but we're at the end of the year now. So with past year's game, I found that they did change it up a bit, where, you know, we weren't doing Irish whip your opponent top, left, right, corner, north, south, east, west, confusing people, and making it just not very much fun. Contrast that, you did have some matches in that game, like the ladder match for the women with Tamina, and it was insanely difficult to the point.
My bad, like I'm paying attention to the video, but I'm dropping a post right now. So yeah, post on my YouTube, yes. Not on anything, not another platform, only YouTube.
Where I just wanted to chuck my controller against the wall. I hope that they try different things. I almost wish they just got rid of Showcase, because it feels very...
I don't know. I like Showcase mode. The only thing that I stopped enjoying about Showcase mode is probably when they started showing like the real life footage, because I liked how they had the cutscenes in the game, but in the game version.
Very rinse and repeat and dated as a mode, and maybe just come up with something unique original storylines that you want to be able to present in a unique, fun way. I don't know, but I'm going to assume Showcase is back. But before we get into all the matches and what we could see, I want to thank today's sponsor. Making game day picks for basketball, football is...
Alright, hold on. This is a, probably like a little paid promotion that he has for his channel.
There's some good standout moments. Sure, you could say that you throw it all in there, and they very well could do that and focus on modern day Punk, a little bit of old, maybe some other stuff.
And that's good too, because you know, like, firstly, CM Punk is my favorite wrestler. Even before he left the company years prior, we're not going to talk about that because we don't want to rehash that moment. Is that even a word? I hope I'm using the word right. But yeah, like I said, he said all like old CM Punk, new CM Punk, different matches. You got Straight Edge Society. You got the 300 plus reign Punk, which is like my favorite when he was a heel. And then like, yeah. So let's continue.
But for the modern day in his return, I would love it if they tried to just recreate the Survivor Series return. Then you give us an unlockable of CM Punk in the street gear he wore, white t-shirt and jeans. Do that. And you could also recreate all of those wrestlers that were in the ring reacting, Seth Rollins going nuts with Punk returning. Do all of that with the in-game capture. But his first real match, and there's a live event in there, don't worry, I know. But the first real match when he returned was the Royal Rumble. But that's where he tore his tricep. And he was out.
They should have, like, you guys think they should add a full Royal Rumble match into a showcase mode, or do you think they should have like you play in the middle of it where you're like about to eliminate the last few people, like, you know, as far as the cutscene? Well, I can't really say that because CM Punk, I don't think he's won Royal Rumble yet, so.
For almost a year. What I'd like them to do is do the Royal Rumble.
Probably for a different wrestler for Royal Rumble. Like, as far as a Royal Rumble match, if they win a Royal Rumble, they should, if they ever do a showcase move for a person that's won multiple Royal Rumbles or Royal Rumble, they should add that as a feature. But I don't know if they'll, like, have a whole Royal Rumble play as that or half of it.
Rumble with Punk coming out, again, use that gear as a bonus unlock in the arena, and then recreate the moment where Punk gets injured with Drew, and then he's eliminated. You can do some voiceover work with Punk, you can splash it up. Now, technically, Punk did a live event match at Madison Square Garden against Dom. He did two of them, but that was kind of his untelevised return and return match. I think you could add that in there too, which would be cool. You get an earlier version of Dom, and you get maybe MSG for a live event, that venue, and CM Punk. So I think that there's cool things in there. The obvious big thing is when he did finally return in ring, and he had the 3-match series against Drew McIntyre. This is why I would be excited for them to do a Punk showcase, focusing a lot on his modern day return and some throwbacks. But with the modern stories, there's a cool thing in here that they could give us. Not only do you have the special referee match where you had Seth, Punk, and Drew, you had that and Punk lost that match. So you
still a good match, I guess what you're saying, they could still put that in there.
Obviously, we have special guest referee in the game already. That's an easy W. But the next match was a strap match. Bash in Berlin 2024. This is where I think...
Yeah, they can have, like, certain rivalries, older rivalries, like with Rey Mysterio back in the day. Randy Orton, they could do that from back in the day. They can do the 2011 John Cena. I don't know if they'll do that because they already did that in 15, so...
It'd be neat if they did add in the strap match. And I know it's a big requested match type, and we're always looking at what could be the new match types and modes they add to the next year's game. This is one of them. They can get the physics down.
And I think they're bringing back plenty of match types for this one. Like, I heard there's Ambulance, Inferno. I'm not sure. I think that's just what people want back. I'm not sure if it's actually coming back. There's different matches coming, different match types that should be returning.
For a strap. And I don't know how, because it's all wonky and spaghetti-like, but if they can nail that, and you're walking around and you're touching the four corners, That's a really fun match type. It's different, it's new, and it's something that I think a lot of
Yeah, we don't really see much strap matches. It's like I guess we touch all four sides of the steel post.
fans have hoped to see, along with other match types. And then finally, they ended everything at Hell in a Cell. And you get the Bad Blood arena if you did that. See, I'm thinking unlockables, bonuses, and all that too. But you get Bad Blood. And with the Hell in a Cell, I would hope that in next year's game, regardless of Showcase and all this stuff, I hope that Hell in a Cell gets a revamp. If they added that match, the Drew Punk match, I think it's a great chance to show off an updated Hell in a Cell, where there's more weapons, different weapons, where there's more access around the ring to really show off maybe some revamped design for it. You could add in War Games when he teamed up with Roman and against the Bloodline, and then his world title wins, but the cash-in, you could do SummerSlam and the Seth Rollins cash-in moment. You could probably also have enough time to add in his proper world title win against Jay at Saturday night's main event. So I'm thinking that...
Yeah, like I said, they should definitely add some of his older stuff in there too. Yeah, that's what he stated earlier.
With his current, and I know there's other matches like Raw and Netflix debut, I also wrote down in there, I'm like, if you want to highlight that arena, if you want to highlight that match, there is quite a bit, I think, current day you could pull from. But what about other matches? That's modern day. If we rewind the tape with Punk, and they know what people are saying, they're like, well, I want his AEW stuff in there. Come on. Just, come on. So we could look back in time. One of his big moments in WWE was the pipe bomb, right? We could actually get that.
Add a promo, I don't know.
To play it out in my head anyways, I think you could get that because you could do the whole stage moment and just throw it in there as bonus. The match that happened was R-Truth versus Cena. So
him saying the bonus, that'd be cool. But I don't know about that. Will they really put a promo in the game? So we gotta see.
Got those two guys under contract. You can have them in the game, and you could redo that as a full cutscene. Maybe you play out the Cena R-Truth match, and then it ends the exact same way with Punk coming in.
Oh, the Raw Roulette, that tables match. They should bring back Roulette, but I don't know. They probably won't do that.
Then we get the full pipe bomb, but redone within the video game. I would just like that as a bonus. It's also Punk with the Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt, and his hair the way it was, and that look. Then you could get that as a nice unlockable. Now, I know what you're thinking. You got Money in the Bank, right? Against Cena for the title. And Vince and Laurinaitis were all over that thing and the lead up. That's not happening. They will not have those guys in the game. They will, if anything, if they had to do that match or wanted to do it because it's so consequential of everything, you could have their faces blurred, or you could just try to cut it.
Well, yeah, that's why I stayed early. Like, will they bring this back in there? Because I think they had this in 15. This is 15 right here. I could be wrong. Why does this look like an older, like 12, 13 or something? But I remember they had that showcase. I think it was Hustle, Loyalty, Respect. And they had this match.
In a way that you skip it, where you're not focused on those moments at all. I don't like that whatsoever, because Vince and Laurinaitis and the storyline, they were such a huge part of that entire moment. Punk leaving with the championship, blowing the kiss to Vince. You gotta have all of that. And I'm like, if you cut around and edit it in such a way, it doesn't look right. And I think fans would also be disgruntled because they'd be like, oh, it's like a cheap knockoff version of it. So it's a difficult spot, I think, if you wanted that match. I think the easiest way is just blur their faces so that they're not talking about it. I think they had that, didn't we, in like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when the Vince stuff was happening and you were doing Showcase? Didn't they blur Vince's face out in some of it in Showcase mode? I don't know, I could be wrong. But then
Just had to get hit with an ad. It's cool though. I don't care for this movie. I care for the only movie that's coming out in April, which I'm gonna watch on my phone because I'm gonna watch it for free. But yeah.
It's different looks. Like we mentioned with the pipe bomb. It's got a look there. Different t-shirt, different attires. With Showcase mode, we always get a ton of unlockables. From championships, arenas, Alta tires, other wrestlers that they're feuding with, they have their unlockable models and tires. But for Punk specifically, and in this past year's game...
Like I said, the best movie in the world is coming. This is off topic because, that ad had to pop up and it was a different movie. The only movie that I'm worried about is that the best movie in the world Okay, there's 2 parts coming out. Second one's not confirmed yet. We gotta see what's gonna. The first one does in box office. We already know the first one's gonna be successful. Then we get the second one. Both of those movies will be the best movies in the world. But that's besides the point. Let's get back to this video.
In 2K25 and 24, I believe, we had a lot more CM Punk models, didn't we? We've seen Straight Edge Society Punk, his early WWE CW look, modern day, the 2011s. We've had these different models already in the game. So that's why I start thinking about why CM Punk Showcase can work kind of easily. You already have these models. Yeah, they've already been in the game, they've been in my faction, all that stuff.
And it's a good pick too, because sometimes the picks could be off, but I haven't seen that many bad picks. That was why WWE 2K26 CM Punk Showcase mode could work. I said every video I will be saying show reactions will be coming to this channel. Stay tuned. And y'all comment what y'all want to see, what shows y'all want to see, but not yet. More videos will be coming. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment. And yeah, Uriah out.